One of the big benefits of the Bush Summit is getting out, as you've been saying, and listening to people in the regions. Last year in Queensland, our event was in Rockhampton, and those of us who blew in for the day were surprised to see a protest outside of farmers who were concerned about the proliferation of wind farms on their properties, and what they say is a lack of, the normal sort of green tape, red tape regulation that needs to come in place. In the last week, your government's used Section 10 of the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander Heritage Act to reject and to override an existing approval of a tailing dam at a gold mine. Why is it that the government tends to attack mining proposals, whereas renewable energy seems to get a free ride?
Well, that's not right. And indeed, the mining proposal that you talk about, the mine remains approved. There's no blocking of that. It's a matter of where the tailing dam is located. And when the proponents of the project put it forward, Tanya Plibersek's here, she advises that they had a range of options for where the tailing dam would go. So a common sense approach, if you're sensible, you can get good environmental outcomes as well as getting industry going ahead. And that is something that, my government in terms of the resources sector has worked very closely with them. We have projects like the critical minerals, the production tax credits that currently are being blocked by the Coalition and the Greens they've said. That will be a transformative measure. It pays on success. So you only get the production tax credits when the project is delivering in critical minerals. And we'll continue to work productively when it comes to issues like wind farms and solar farms. There does need to be proper community consultation. But just to give one example, in this region, from farmers talking about the positive nature of it, some sheep farmers who take advantage of the fact that when you've got a solar panel on your farm as well, it changes the temperature. It makes it less cold at night and takes away some of the heat during the day as well, and there can be real productivity benefits as well. So there are examples of the interaction working well. Does community consultation, can it be better? Of course it can. It can always be better. But the income stream that can be got as well can be a very important source for people in regional communities. And when it's combined with a bit of vision as well, Robbie, I know, has been pretty keen on the copper string project for a long period of time. That's an example of essentially how you take the renewable energy projects I've been near Hewenden, there's Big Kennedy and Little Kennedy, and there's also an old copper mine that's been converted into hydro with storage. How do you connect that up to the grid to make sure that potentially you have this, we have this huge space. I speak to people, ministers and leaders from Japan and the Republic of Korea and these countries where our resources go from under the ground. They are so envious of the big thing that we have here that they don't have, which is space. And what space does in the new economy is enable you to take advantage of those renewables and potentially those renewables as well, powering green hydrogen. The amount of investment in this city from the Republic of Korea is, I don't know what the figure is off the top of my head, but it is absolutely enormous. And that's about economic opportunity here as well. So, yeah, we need to get it right. Yes, community consultation can always be better, but we need to, the eye on the main game is how does Australia's economy benefit, and particularly the regions, the big two states that will benefit from the shift in the global economy are Western Australia and Queensland. And Queensland is so much stronger in terms of its positioning because you've got cities like Townsville, because you've got this port, because you've got the most regionalised of states, as you've said, and that's a big plus.